conversation in this country. This morning, joined by the very lovely Nelly Wainena, who's the Group Director of Marketing at NCBA. Nelly, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Is this your first time doing radio?
No.
Oh, you are a pro at this?
Yes.
Good.
I hope so.
You're good because then I can even see you very easy,
Yeah?
despite it being cold outside.
Yeah. But we've had taste, India.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're treating us really good.
Okay.
The same way you're treating the golfers of this country so good. And I'm not just
Absolutely.
talking about the pro golfers.
Yeah.
We're talking about the kids, women, and it's something beautiful to see organizations and corporates not just sitting in the fence or on the fence, not in the fence, but on the fence, but really putting their money where their mouth is. Maybe you could just map out for us what that journey has been like up until now. We did hear from MD John Gashora earlier,
Yes.
who gave us the vision of
Yeah.
NCBA and the golf push and sponsorship. But what has that journey been like?
So let me start by saying golf is part of our sustainability commitments. And it sounds weird because every time I talk about golf, everyone is like, oh, it's an elite game. It's a game for a few people. But to be honest, when I look at the investment we've done for kids playing out there, for amateurs who come from not very well off backgrounds, including the pros, it's a really important journey when it comes to impacting communities.
Yes.
So if you ask me on our journey during COVID, we were like, what are people doing? What games do people play? And with golf, you do not need to play with people. It's an individual sport. And so then it made sense that these people out playing, but there needed to be support from companies.
Correct.
And so in 2021, our journey started very small, but to be honest, where we are, it's been amazing. It's been one of the best places I've spent marketing money.
Oh.
Yes, it has.
Do you know when you say one of the best places you've spent marketing money? Listen, I have a background in marketing.
Yeah.
I've been doing marketing for more than more than a decade.
Yeah.
And when you actually see impact,
Yeah.
when you actually see something grow to what you could only have dreamt of one day, I can only imagine the pride you must feel.
Yeah.
What does it feel like looking at the faces of all the golfers, the kids, and the people that you really bringing dignity to them courtesy of the sport? How does it feel for you as Nelly and also as an organization?
Yeah, so as Nelly, every time you see smiles from people, or the pros today who've been celebrated and they're like, oh, we're becoming celebrities. And I'm like, no, it's not even about becoming celebrities. I'm hoping you're able to monetize your talent. That you don't have to get a formal job, which is what we did usually. You get a job and you earn your money, but you can play golf and use your talent to earn money.
Correct.
So when you know that you're also making a difference when it comes to job creation in the country, it's really, really good. And it's also part of the government's agenda. I take a lot of pride in it. And when it comes to brand, everybody talks about NCBA being the golfing bank.
Yeah.
And I also believe we've done a great job in inspiring other private sector players because there's a lot. The seat on the table is there for us, but there's more seats
Yeah.
for more corporates to support the game of golf. And not just golf, there's also other sports that we are supporting. But if you ask me, it's been a very inspirational journey, which is linked to our purpose at NCBA, which is inspiring greatness. So when I look at young kids like Bianca and some young girls who are playing golf are world ranked and playing in the PGA or becoming the next Tiger Woods
Yeah.
or Nelly Coda, my good golf, that makes us proud. That makes us proud.
Speaking of pride and taking things to the next level, I want us to look at the PGK Equator Tour.
Yes.
What inspired NCBA to go pro? It's like, listen, we've been doing this and now we feel we're at that point where we can have very, very big, audacious goals like the Olympics
Yeah.
and the PGK Tour.
Yeah. So let me talk about national pride. And
Yeah.
I know as a country we have a lot of work to do in terms of driving positive narratives. Every time we're at the magical Kenya Open, every Kenyan wants to see a Kenyan playing, making the cut, and getting to the finals.
Yeah.
And for some of us, we don't miss it. We're not great golf players, but we're great observers.
Yeah.
And so when you're out there on a Friday, you're like, great, we have 10 players from Kenya, and you're excited, and you're like, yay, going for it, and here are Kenyans playing. and we don't have our players making the cut. And so when we think of the investment, we want to see more players playing on that day, because in any case, by Saturday, Sunday, there is no more Kenyans coming for the magical Kenya Open, which is an expensive endeavor, to be honest, for the government and for the private sector. And if we are putting in so much money to develop a sport that also drives the economy, you also want people to be involved.
Correct.
And so when I think of the work that we are putting into professional golf development, we want some Kenyans to make the cut. Now, to make the cut means you need to play consistently and regularly. So there's no way you'll start your training 2 months before and hope
Correct.
that you'll make the cut.
Yes.
And it's the same way with any other thing that you do in life, that you need to be consistent, disciplined, and so when you exercise and also get confident, because the more you play, the better you become, and you're confident to play when there's so many eyes watching you.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing about the Equator Tour, where the players will get an opportunity to play as regularly as possible.
I like that you've really set the stage on the road to being a pro, the road to actually competing at the levels of the magical Kenya Open. What's the ultimate goal when it comes to NCBA and golf sponsorship at this level?
Okay, so big picture, we want to create the next Tiger Woods, right? Can you
love
imagine
it.
a Tiger Woods coming from Africa and from Kenya? Yes, why not?
Why not?
And have impossible dreams, right? We've seen so many young sportsmen making it. I think this week we had a footballer that's made it to one of the clubs in Europe.
Yeah.
And the more stories that we can tell of our young people making it in the world stage, the better. Then we're doing something for our country and for our people. And NCBA, that's a bank that's is locally based and is going international. You want to be part of that pride, that we're an iconic brand in Kenya that's also taking people to the global stage. So that's our pride.
The next Tiger Woods. I love that. We've mentioned Tiger Woods.
Yes.
I want to bring in Naomi Wafula.
Yes.
Who just made history, yeah?
Yes.
And we need to be here celebrating her, because this is very iconic. First woman in professional golf ranks.
Yeah.
What is NCBA doing for women in the sport?
So that's a good question, and congratulations, Naomi. We know her very well. She's been playing in the amateur competition, which we sponsor. And when we started off the PGK partnership, there was no woman on the team. So when we called out the teams and said, okay, now everyone has to ballot and pick their teams by the private sector, there was no lady. And we're like, we need to have representation.
Correct.
So representation is important, because when we look at the global statistics, only 25% of the players, 60 million players globally, are women. And that means there's opportunity, yes. And it's the same in Kenya. I believe in Kenya it's about 22%. And so there's more opportunities for women to play the sport. Now what we've done is, with our recent acquisition of the NCBA insurance company, which before, when it was AIG, sponsors a lot of women golf, we decided to continue with that endeavor. So our insurance business is now sponsoring more golf for ladies. So if there's a ladies tournament or a juniors tournament for ladies, we are investing through our insurance business. And that will make sure that they also get an equal chance to play. When I look at our juniors partnership, there's so many young girls playing out there. And so I believe that the opportunity and the runway to build more talent from women is already there, and hopefully we'll get that number to 50-50. Yes.
It makes me so happy to hear this level of commitments coming towards not just the growth of the sport, but also it's balanced. When we bring in women, children, and men, and of course uplifting communities as a result of that. Now, to anyone that is listening to you, Nelly, and is like, okay, I want to get into golf. Now I'm motivated because I can actually earn from playing. I can earn from my talents. What message do you have to any enthusiast, child, and any person who's just like, okay, maybe I want to get started?
So first of all, learning things when you're much older is difficult. Ask me. I've been trying to learn golf for the last 2 years. I can play, but I've not yet figured it out yet. So start early. And if I look at playing golf as a junior in this country, we've made it very easy. So you only need to pay 1,000 bob for your kid to play in any golf course in the country. And then to play a game is only 100 bob. So we've made it much easier. The barrier to entry is not as much as people think, because there's an expectation that golf is expensive. And when you start your kids young, they learn the skill. It's very easy for kids to learn new things. And so I would encourage parents who are excited about it, start them early. What also happens is when you get onto the course with your kids, you're also tempted to start playing. And it's much nicer to play with your kids.
Yeah.
And so I would encourage as many parents as possible. So besides all the other things that you do with your kids, golf is one option you have to have a responsible way for your kids to spend time. Mentally, physically, it's good for them, because by the time they are done with a game, in the evening, they are tired and all they want to do is sleep. It's also a great way for families to spend time on the course.
Correct.
And so I would say this is it's more than just the sport and earning. There's also a communal part to it. And I encourage as many people as possible to get onto the course and play.
I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful message. As we wrap up, before I say goodbye to you, Nelly, what message do you have to the pros making their way to Muthaiga right now? That's Edwin, Eric, Jogona, and who's the other gentleman? You know
Abraham.
Four of them. Abraham.
Yes, Abraham.
What's your message to them?
So when we picked this team, I remember saying, somebody said to me that you got the team you deserved as NCBA, and I was like, okay, great. So that means we got the team that's going for it. Somebody said they're the most sober team, and I want to believe we really do have the best team. They are so excited. We've challenged them to be the number one team, and I'm really hoping that they meet the expectations, but their own expectations too. So much as they'll succeed for the brand, we really do want to see them getting better, getting fitter. We'll have mental coaches for them. And so their lives should certainly change. They have the opportunity to change their families based on their backgrounds. And yes, to play great golf out there on the global arena, not just in Kenya. And so I wish them the best. We will be backing them. We support them. And we are really rallying behind the Team A from NCBA. So, yeah, excited about them.
Oh, Team A making their way to Muthaiga, going for it. Thank you so much, Nelly. Wonderful work here at NCBA. You can always count on our support. And to you that is listening and you've been asking, how can I get started? Nelly here has told you, listen, be audacious enough. The barriers to entry are barely there, so why not make your way and see how you can start playing golf? This is 98.4 Capital FM. Stick around because we still have more amazing music coming.